Andrea, can you just introduce yourself to the camera and tell us a little bit what you do?
Awesome. So I'm Andria Studman and I invented Disco is my company. So it's DYSCO and the DYS stands for Do You See What I See?
Right, yep.
So it's dealing with problems with dyslexia,
Yep.
dyscalculia, dyspraxia, dysphasia,
Yeah.
all the disorders. So I invented the term disorders because it's do you see order?
Oh, awesome.
And
Yep, cool. Yeah.
which is really, really cool.
And you're based, whereabouts are you based?
Oh, Rotorua,
Yeah.
sunny Rotorua, Vegas.
Excellent. And who's your major kind of your ideal client base, or who are you aiming?
Teachers, school
Yeah.
staff, family and whānau.
Yeah, okay, awesome. And that's to teach them to be better educators in terms of with their dyslexic students?
Yep.
So you're passing on the knowledge to them so they can teach better, rather than teaching people with dyslexia how to do things better themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. The people,
wicked,
the
okay.
teachers, so it's more sustainable.
Yep, yep.
So it's definitely more sustainable. And yeah, when you just teach, it's like give a man a fish,
Yeah.
eats for a day, teach a man how to fish,
Yeah.
eats
Yeah.
for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I've been doing is, getting people to, teach the adults. And most of the adults, or many of the adults of family and whānau,
Yeah.
have it themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just learning how to work smarter,
Yeah.
not harder, and just doing it differently.
Yeah.
It's easier because
Yeah.
do look at the world differently.
Yeah. Do you find that adults with one of the disorders, do you think they come up with their own strategies to deal with the disorder in terms of them being able to manage life?
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes I have two ways of looking at
Yeah.
it, and this is my experience. They either explode
Yeah.
or implode.
Yeah, right.
Explode means that they, they're heard and seen, and sometimes get extra help,
Yeah.
usually in the form of a teaching assistant.
Yeah.
When they're at school, or the ones that we really have to watch out for, the ones that implode, the ones that go quiet,
Yeah.
because they just get passed on.
Yeah.
And then I say people just survive the school system,
Yeah.
not thrive or achieve success in it. And many of them survive and have those survival techniques.
Yeah. And then when they get to adulthood, what do they do if they haven't come up with strategies when they hit adulthood? Are they still imploding?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And that's especially New Zealand, the highest rate
Yeah.
of suicides is huge.
Yeah.
And that's my experience as well.
Okay.
If they go in, luckily if they're the class clown or go outwards, then they have their strategies. It looks like they're coping and they're doing okay, but my mission really is to make them thrive and experience success. And the ways that I do it works for everybody. If you do it as a holistic approach, especially for the kura that I've been working in with Māori, it really is a practical, hands-on doing things that just suits everybody's style, and somebody gets something from it. But the main start point is reduce that anxiety,
Okay. Awesome.
build that self-esteem.
And you've got a unique way of doing it, eh? This is something you created yourself.
Yeah, totally from scratch. Yeah.
Awesome.
You won't read about it in any books.
And I know you don't. And I know you don't want to tell us the trade secrets, but it sounds like it has some good success rates.
Yeah, Nakura at iwi, the conference, I've spoken there 3 times now. And the first time I went there, I spoke on dyscalculia, which is to do with the maths and calculating. And there was standing room only, and people were turned away, despite me being on the graveyard shift on
Oh, well, that's awesome. Yeah.
4 o'clock Sunday or Saturday afternoon, the last one amongst 6 other people. So then they invited me back to be the keynote speaker. So that was myself and Pen Bird. And 114 people could decide which one they went to. And so 100 came to me and 14 went to Pen.
Holy smokes.
Which is just cool. So I went and saw Pen at break time. I'm like, Pam, I'm so sorry. And he said, what for? And I said, well, you know, there's only a few came to you. And he goes, Andrea, you said to me you couldn't have more than 100 people. If you said 114, we'd have all come to you.
That's awesome.
That's great. So he's a great advocate and
awesome.
a really good person to back as well. So I actually then went out and did what makes people successful in life. And I asked that question specifically, what made you successful? Thinking it was all to do with the reading and the writing, and that was my preconceived ideas. And they actually turned around and said, actually, no, it's the basics. And I'm like, well, what's the basics? And they said, basically, it's the maths.
Yeah.
The day-to-day budgeting for the grain for the fields, the feed for the animals, the keep putting clothes, food on your table, clothes on your back, and a roof over your head. Yeah. It's those day-to-day ones, because anything else, like if you're signing up for a new property or something that needs reading, you hire a lawyer or you get a person that can read well, or you just say, just say you forgot your glasses, you know, and somebody will always oblige for a one-off, but they're not going to live beside you and do all the day-to-day running. And it's the budgeting side that is the biggest thing. So, and that's what Nakura at Iwi had said in their feedback as well. That's the biggest need. So instead of spending, I think they said, one person had said 75% of their time and their teaching time is done on literacy stuff. So reading and writing, basically. And there's 25% maths. And they said, actually, it's not even that, it's 20%. And then the 5% for doing the physical stuff, and it should be a third. Should be the way to do it. I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. Third on the physical stuff, third on the maths, third on the literacy. And that's what they'd fed. They'd written it there. I just had to go back and reflect again and work out what it meant. And it takes me time sometimes, you know. And most people who come through my training come out with a totally different approach to what they're doing, and a greater understanding, and really cool life. I work with quite a few grandparents, and they're saying that their home life now is so much more laughter, fun, enjoyment, because it's that understanding, and it's what you talk about in yours. It's that understanding where the other one's coming from, that empathy. Don't have to do it their way, but you just need to understand where they're coming from or why they're doing it their way.
That's exactly right.
Thank you ever so much. It's been very enjoyable and very enlightening.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrea, and I appreciate it. And if anyone's interested in the disorders out there, then this is the person you should track down. Disco.nz. Yes, Disco with a Y. Disco with a Y. Information will be in the comments section anyway, so you'll be able to see. But either through LinkedIn or Facebook, I'm assuming. Anyway.